You're trying to read their energy. But what if you're just projecting your own? You're trying to feel their emotions, but you're stuck inside your own filter. What if your tarot readings are giving you more confirmation bias than compassion? Empathy isn't guessing how someone feels. Empathy is a skill, a cognitive and emotional function. And science has shown it can be trained. Today I'll show you how to use tarot, yes, tarot, to increase your actual measurable empathy, the real kind, not the fluffy spiritual kind that's just trauma bonding in disguise. Let's rewire your brain, not your fantasy. Hi, I'm Paul, and this is Tarot Logic, an analytical approach to intuitive reading. Today, we're getting into something deeper than prediction. We're exploring tarot as a tool to train your brain for empathy, real empathy, the kind that doesn't confuse intuition with assumption. And we're going to use a spread that's based on neuroscience, not New Age slogans. Because here's the truth. You can't read others clearly if you don't know where you end and they begin. So let's dive in. Let's start with a myth buster. Empathy is not being overwhelmed by someone else's feelings. That's emotional contagion. That's enmeshment. That's unprocessed trauma. Empathy is the ability to understand and relate to someone else's experience without losing sight of your own. In neuroscience, this involves the default mode network, mirror neurons, and the insula, regions that help us map the mental and emotional states of others without fusing with them. Empathy is other awareness plus self-regulation. And if your tarot practice isn't reinforcing that, you're just mirroring your own story onto everyone else. So let's fix that. Tarot already gives us a symbolic map of emotion, cognition, behavior, and energy. But most readers use it to project onto others rather than reflect with them. A real empathy-building reading slows down your reaction time, engages curiosity rather than judgment, brings awareness to bias and blind spots, builds a clear boundary between what's you and what's not. It's literally cognitive repatterning. Tarot becomes a mirror that says, this is what they might be feeling, but how do you know? This spread is built from research on cognitive empathy, emotional validation, and interpersonal resonance. You'll need 5 cards, no clarifiers. Go slow. Here's the layout. Card 1, the observable behavior. What are they doing? What's the actual action or pattern? Card 2, the possible emotion behind it. What emotion might be fueling that behavior? Card 3, the unmet need or wound. What might they be lacking or projecting? Card 4, your automatic interpretation. What story are you telling yourself about it? Card 5, the empathic reframe. What's a more compassionate, but still realistic, way to view them? This spread forces a pause between stimulus and response. It invites a layered understanding, moving from surface to depth, from ego to empathy. Let's say someone ghosted you. No reply, silence. You're hurt, maybe angry. You pull card 1, the Knight of Swords. Impulsive cutoff, withdrawal. Card 2, the Eight of Cups. Emotional fatigue, walking away from a deeper struggle. Card 3, the Four of Swords. A need for rest, fear of confrontation, healing from old wounds. Card 4, the Nine of Swords. You're assuming they don't care or they're punishing you. Card 5, the Moon. It's not about clarity. It's about fear, illusion, and deep insecurity. This doesn't excuse the behavior, but it changes how you hold it. And that's the key to empathy. Holding contradiction without collapsing into reaction. Another science-backed concept. Emotional granularity. It's the ability to name and differentiate emotions with precision. Most people say, I feel bad. Tarot lets you say, this is Five of Cups grief, not Ten of Swords betrayal. This is Three of Swords disappointment, not the Tower devastation. Granularity helps your brain regulate emotions, and it helps you perceive others with more nuance. You don't just say, they're mad. You say, they're overwhelmed or ashamed or avoiding vulnerability. That's empathy, and tarot makes it visible. Here's why most tarot readers fail at empathy. They skip straight to interpretation. They want answers, not awareness. They want to be right, not to be curious. But empathy is the opposite of certainty. It's staying in the unknown. It's holding space for another person's interior world, even if you never fully understand it. If your readings don't create space for mystery, you're just projecting your own drama onto someone else's cards. When you build empathy into your readings, your accuracy improves, your reactivity decreases, your insight deepens, your relationships change. You don't just get readings, you get relief. You stop rehearsing your pain and start recognizing your power. Because now, you're no longer a passenger. You're the observer, the pattern breaker, the healer. And you begin to feel people without fusing with them. And that's what makes your intuition trustworthy. Not the vibes, but the rigor. Try this for 1 week. Every time someone annoys you, pull a 3-card empathy snapshot. Their action, possible motive, and your bias. You'll be shocked how much of what you call intuition is really assumption, and how much clarity shows up when you don't need to be right. This is how empathy becomes a habit. Not just a feeling, but a faculty. Let me say this directly. Being an empath doesn't mean you're a sponge for everyone else's pain. It means you've trained your perception. You know what's yours, what's not, and how to hold both. You don't need to collapse every time someone's upset. You don't need to feel all the things to prove you care. You need tools, and tarot, used correctly, is one of the best. If this reframed your idea of empathy, if you're ready to train the skill instead of clinging to the label, then subscribe to this channel. This is Tarot Logic. We don't do fluff. We do structure, shadow, science, and soul. Leave a comment below. What's one emotion you've been mislabeling in others or in yourself? And pull those 5 cards. Try the spread. Because empathy, like magic, is learned through repetition. Until next time, read with clarity, read with structure, and always read with logic.